I see. Okay.
I see.
Here's one coming in from Caps Lock Araujo.
Is this thing all in caps?
Well, I've seen that name around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Seems familiar.
yeah. Hey, Fooper says, Brents, can robots be ambidextrous? Can RoboCop be ambidextrous?
I would assume that RoboCops are de facto ambidextrous.
And the Terminator? How about Android 18?
Yeah, totally.
How about HK-47?
Absolutely.
I think, yeah.
Not to guide the conversation, but giving it a lead-in if you need it. Human brains have a right and left side with different functions and priorities. Some humans are more proficient than others with the right side, others left. Some develop skills for both,
etc.
Robots don't have a right side and a left side. They have arms. RoboCop and Android 18 come from human minds, but they've been cyber-enhanced specifically for combat. So if a robot or an android or a cyborg can't differentiate between left or right regarding aiming in combat or general handling, they don't have a priorital side.
Yeah.
Aren't they all ambidextrous, or is that concept even applicable? My point is, if a robot can use both sides to attack equally at all times,
That's right.
any robot using single weapons or two-handed weapons is suboptimal. Simply due to the fact that having two weapons with equal skill is the main advantage of being ambidextrous, as you doubles your bullet count, target count, gives you a spare gun in case one of your arms goes out or you lose one gun. The mechanical build of any cyber creation could easily compensate for recoil, specifically in combat models, and being able to shoot multiple targets for longer with the same precision would be more useful than an increase in damage output.
That's why in the remake, RoboCop got two guns.
Just some sci-fi banter for the podcast. One shotgun versus two submachine guns, for example.
I think it's really interesting to bring up RoboCop because I was like, no, but I'm like, wait, he does the spinning thing with his gun because he watched the
Because
TV show as a
he's still
kid.
a human brain in there.
Yeah, so
Now-
I'm like, yeah, he might. He totally
So the real distinction must be made between cyborgs and robots.
Is the brain human or not?
Yeah.
Right? Is it based on that?
Is there a brain at all?
Yes. And this reminds me of the fun discussion I would always get into with my other mecha friend that you know. And like we would fucking go in on like robot designs about like things in terms of practicality and efficiency and whatnot. And I'd always rip them apart every time because I'm like, look, at some point you have to acknowledge that legs are just not a practical idea. In most scenarios, there's some that occasionally come up, like geckos with their maneuvering of with the fucking weird, like getting in between buildings things, have a situation where legs can do shit. And sometimes there's legs that are like made for getting over particular types of terrain. But a lot of the time, you like having legs is just an easier to fall over weapon that you'd be better off with tank wheels. Unless you're going in specific
You're talking about explicitly robots that never, ever have to go inside a building.
or deal with like jungle terrain.
Yeah, guess
right?
what? The robots that we love have to go inside buildings.
A lot of them don't, though, right?
You're fucking full
And-
of shit. I don't want to live in this
I know, but it's hilarious because I was like, I love those designs too, but we can't get into the real talk. Because the real talk, it's like Jehuti never has to fucking land.
Yeah, he does. He lands all the time.
But Jehuti has no feet down there because Jehuti is just floating.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But at some point, when you want to talk about efficiency, it's like you can just make a big thing of metal with weapons on it.
No, guess what?
And defense.
No,
and it doesn't have to look like a human being at all.
No, they're gonna find a fucking design document for orbital frames that says this is a bunch of important shit in the legs, and they have to be separated because the balance.
It's fucking cool and it's the best. But we have to acknowledge if we're trying to get into real, because it was real robot versus super robot and stuff like that we were talking about. If you want to get into practicality, you have to acknowledge that the desire to make it look like a human is just for aesthetics and it has no practical purposes or bearing.
If humans are designing robots, they will always not make them look like cubes with weapons.
Yes.
They will always try to make it at least something that you can be intimidated by, whether it be the human form or like a dragon sword or whatever. But if a robot designs a robot will make it just efficient 100%.
Yes. The Shagahod is a weapon that looks like I could possibly believe it.
Also,
because it's fucking like it's wheels.
The mechanics behind its physics actually like there's a basis.
Not check out.
It's not. It's like it's still absurd, but it's like
and you don't.
Okay, wait. There's at least a physics concept.
And you don't blow up the Rex ankle and watch the whole thing go down. It's not working on the dumb human.
Then Otacon designed it to have flaws.
Like animal principles of walking and design and balance and whatnot should not. Like, again, if you want to get dumb and real.
Have you seen Big Dog? Big Dog can walk on all sorts of shit.
And Megabots. Don't forget.
And he can get kicked and not fall down.
Don't forget Megabots.
Those things are dumb.
And the Kuritas.
If you put fucking banana peels on the floor, everything's fucked.
Those videos of them just kicking the shit out of Big Dog make me super nervous.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
There's an episode of Black Mirror about that.
Yeah.
I fucking love the cool shit, and I want it to never be different. But the moment you sit me down,
you know what you
try to come up with the reasons why it would be,
you know what you are,
a good idea or practical, I'm like, you come the fuck on.
You're the fucking guy in the science meeting when the RX-78's getting designed that gets thrown out the fucking window.
No way. I'm the guy proposing it. But I'm proposing it, and then they go, when they want the bullet list of reasons why we're making it, the number one is because it's fucking rad. That's bolded and underlined.
And I think Wooly would just be happy to be there. He wouldn't be telling them to throw
I'm saying have no illusions about your reasons. Call it rad because it's rad. Don't think it's real.
I think the design that makes me the most upset is the Gundams that have had their lower legs swapped out for tank treads.
Gun tanks and stuff?
Because it's this weird, awful in-between where they acknowledge that practical reality, but still have a goddamn
torso sitting on it.
And it's like, no, shut up. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Wooly, you are ruining
the desire
robots.
to have it look like a human is entirely based out of a desire for cool shit.
Now, obviously, this changes when you talk about cyborgs, because if it's a cyborg, that means it's a person at some level, and a person's probably be more comfortable in something that looks like a human body.
Until Ghost in the Shell, when you put them inside little boxes with bug legs, where that's a thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Cyberbrain
talking about RoboCop,
gets put into whatever.
RoboCop's cool.
Talking about real sci-fi, not Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Right, and even then,
talk about bitches leave, man.
Not to mention, like, why wouldn't you just put yourself into like a thing with infinite limbs, with like infinite?
Well, if you can handle it, I guess.
And I'm not sure if you can handle.
How many limbs do you want?
How many can I get?
No, that's like not. 2. That's you can get a maximum of 1,000.
Because again, at some point, if the aesthetic of a human.
Wait, why
is
would
not
you
important
want
to you.
multiple limbs?
Yeah, why would you have extra limbs?
Well, it's more just like, do you want to be a cool-looking human, or do you want to have supreme functionality and optimized everything, right?
I'll look like Goro, but I don't want to look like 7 Goros.
Like, Wooly, would you be more, Goro right now?
It's more along the lines of, and it goes into our Terminator Salvation discussion, right?
Oh, no.
It gets into that a little bit. It's like, why would there be a pen and a chair on that desk? Why would there be lights and stairs in a thing where only robots and farms are being printed and born?
Human production designer
at some point
we're going to fucking make the Skynet base.
But then you want to zoom out from that thing and you go, why is a T-100?
We're never going to get away from that.
Why is a T-100 not rolling on ball feet with wheels?
That's why the Terminator 3D movie, the ride thing, actually had a Skynet where I'm like, okay, sure. It's just geometric shapes moving around and crap.
So you have a giant human skeleton. Hold on. You have a giant human skeleton robot walking on 2 feet very slowly and then using both arms to aim one gun at John Connor.
Because it was trying to get infiltrated into the
it was trying to fool people at a distance.
By
covering it with gleaming steel.
Yeah.
But if the robot just wanted to kill humanity as efficiently as possible, that would be a thing that was just like a bunch of wheels and guns rolling really fast, shooting everything. Think of Robot Wars.
I was actually. There's been a lot of stupid things that we've latched onto as like things to rally against with too much passion.
Yeah.
But the one that I've noticed we've gone back to the most is the pen on that desk. Like
just anything that fucking
and the valve and the fucking hand valve in the factory.
But it's because the contrast when you see a moment of these things rips the whole thing open.
It's
and
like
honestly, it's been blown out of proportion. Where I'm 99% sure there was no pen. There was a valve. There was a valve. And there was a chair.
There was floodlights and a chair.
I remember seeing a chair.
There was an office chair, but
there was paperwork there and a snow globe.
But think
just a fucking Terminator looking at a chair and just not knowing what to do.
A hang in there poster and a water cooler,
and it has a little endoskeleton kitty on it.
But here's the problem. Think about those rolling things from Star Wars, from
yeah, the ones you love that shit because it's fiction annihilating.
And you're going, stupid. Oh my god, those things are they're unstoppable.
I don't think they ever deal with them with their lightsabers.
You can't win. They're like it's like cause the problem of a stupid fucking robot going like walking 1 foot by 1 foot and doing the double aim with the big rifle versus rolling death. Why wouldn't a machine design rolling death? You know.
I know.
And then Grievous later on,
yes,
just cheating.
And he has
with all the lightsabers. It's like, why does every robot not just cheat?
Why does Grievous have 4 lightsabers? Why doesn't he have like 400 lightsabers?
Is he like a weird lizard?
Because he had a heart.
Yeah, because he's a lizard.
Then. So they had an excuse to say, oh, there might have been a reason why he was forced.
I thought there was Terminator where like the scientists, like the baby daddies of Skynet were like tinkering with cyborgs, and then Skynet just repurposed the shit that was already in the data banks or something like that.
Yeah.
You know the enemies from fucking All You Need Is Kill / right. I keep saying Day After Tomorrow, but it's.
Well, yeah, that's its real title.
Yeah, but
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Those things are like in my head, kind of like if you wanted to just kill humans as an AI like that was evolving.
No, they were really fast.
You just roll these,
and they had 1,000 limbs,
and they're just sonic spinballing at you, and you have no chance. That's
what she got.
Is what Skynet would be putting out.
I think. At eventually it would.
At some point,
it starts off slow.
What is this? What is this leg and arm?
The T-1000 is like no one should be able to beat the T-1000 ever.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous that he lost.
Science fiction. It is ridiculous, but science fiction needs to acknowledge that like there's a level.
And the TX had even more reason to never lose.
I always thought the TX was a fucking downgrade from the T-1000.
How?
Okay.
Because it has a physical body that you can smash.
No, but here's what's fucking stupid, though. When they're having a fist fight, and it's like, why would you even have a fist fight and throw punches and shit? Why wouldn't the TX just start spinning its top and just spin until everything was fucking wrecked? Just take your waist and just fucking spin fighter.
And you're not even off base because it does something like
a bunch of those from time to time.
Its torso was like the wrong way and it flipped the other way. Like
don't do that to correct yourself and then throw inferior punches.
No.
Do things that only machines can do.
Yeah.
Spin like fucking Sonya. Make your legs kick in bullshit ways because only you can do that. Robots adhering to human ideologies of how to fight is dumb.
Okay, so remember at the end of T2...
But it's cool when it looks like us.
The Terminator
so let's just call it what it is.
The Terminator throws a punch and it hits the head of the T-1000.
Yeah.
And then the head morphs into its hand.
Yeah.
Holding its fist. And I'm like, it never should have lost.
Well, more than that, why didn't it just form its head back around the fist and just keep it? And then he would have 2 stabby fists to stab with. Or why doesn't he hold him there and have 100 blades just come out of his chest?
If 2 Terminators are fighting and you can make out what they're doing to each other,
that's a bad robot.
It's not.
No,
you know what I mean?
T-800s, they are very limited design. But yeah, if it's the T-1000 or the TX even, then yeah. Or if it's stupid John Connor robot, cyborg, whatever, nanobots, whatever it was.
Robots.
He did bullshit. He did flash stepping.
Yeah. But no, robots, they should just be like fucking swinging every limb in every direction. Really hard to kill if you're doing melee, and if you're doing guns, then you should just be shooting everywhere.
So what you want as
not what I want.
No, shut up.
It's not what I want.
Shut up. What you want as the final ultimate battle in T2 is fucking Bart and Lisa spinning their arms and legs at each other.
So, Willie, what you want is a realistic, down-to-earth robot apocalypse that's swarming with magic robots and magic.
I'm saying all I want is I want us to acknowledge that robots look like people because that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why.
Hey, his question
except for occasionally the terrain thing.
His question really, he said, I just want to spur sci-fi talk. You sure got it.
Yeah.
I think deep down, I think you're full of shit, and I think you think that spinning top robot shit is cool.
No.
I think you think that's cool.
I think it's cool.
Let's just brass tacks a gun with wheels on it.
Yeah?
Why would you need anything else?
It can't go upstairs.
Stairs, bro.
A gun with a jetpack.
Okay, what you're saying is a gun with just mobility.
You mean a drone with a gun on it? It's like a little quadcopter.
But it can't get inside places.
I mean, Matrix's gun doing the Death Blossom.
You want the little robot from... Okay, you want the little robot from Dark Mirror.
From Black Mirror. That's a fucking that got it.
What about those fucking spiders that inject acid into you that Gene Simmons made that one time?
Woof.
Oh god.
Those rolling robots from fucking Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
But they have two heads facing both ways and guns facing both directions. And
why two ways? Why would
four?
Well, why would no
more?
You spin them.
Oh,
just spin it
every way. Yeah, I agree. Fuck it. I was trying to pare it down, and you're right.
You know that Indian movie Robot?
Yes,
that's what you want.
Just every direction
turns into a big snake.
Guess what? You're dead.
That was the first.
You have no chance.
Mind, really.
Because they fight a million robots that look like dudes, but then they just turn into a ball, and I guess a ball's really good.
Yeah, that ball's a very strong robot. Because it's a million robots.
How would Snake beat that?
Yeah.
Sneak at
They created a flaw. They put in a flaw to the ball.
If you shine light at his sunglasses, he doesn't like it.
If Paz sings, it gets all sad.
Right. Yeah.
I'm tired.
All right. What's coming out? Just make a bomb.
Yeah,
he asked that. He asked, well, why doesn't it become a bomb to get me? It doesn't work like that. Guns, explosives, and chemicals, moving parts.
Very complicated. Well, why doesn't
a bomb is just a big kill? So why not?
Wait. Why doesn't the TX just turn into a bomb? Because the T800 has a bomb in it. No. That's how they win. They're all bombs.
No, because I'm not sure if the TX had bombs too.
Why didn't it have bombs?
No, because I think he explains that the T800 models had like a chunkier, older style powering system. The TX is so advanced.
Okay, but then why doesn't the T800 just bomb?
Why wouldn't Skynet
Sarah Connor in the factory?
Oh, that's because that's a retcon.
Why wouldn't Skynet just weaponize Ebola into everything? And just fucking go chemical on it.
Maybe Ebola doesn't exist.
Because who cares?
No, I have it. I have the solution. It's a big solution. Got it? Right. All right, let's go. So they know Sarah Connor's in Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay, so what they do is they send a flesh-covered nuke back in time.
Is it in the shape of a nuke?
No, yeah, fine. It's just a...
But why does it have flesh? Because it's going to look pretty suspicious.
No.
It is just a fridge nuke covered in skin.
Yes.
So that it goes back in time.
Because Father Time was watching the humans go back naked.
Says, no robots.
Naked human. And he sees a robot. And he's like, oh, I see that robot. Flesh nuke. And he's like, oh. That's okay.
That's a weird flesh monstrosity.
Let it go.
That goes through.
Yeah, you gotta be naked. Gotta be naked
and then
man.
they blow up
woman.
Los Angeles and problem solved.
Yep. Flesh nuke.
I don't think it didn't have that. It just didn't have the technology.
It super had the technology.
I think it's because Skynet used all the nukes. They already shot them all over the world.
Oh, they could make a new one, I'm sure.
Maybe.
And it
They
would
were
be
smart.
way more fucking megatons than anything else in the modern day.
Maybe they didn't have the codes for everyone.
I want to go.
Also, nukes and gas. Why are we even fucking with wheels and guns?
Why
wouldn't robots just kill everybody with nukes and gas?
I want to walk up to James Cameron and be like, hey, why didn't the Terminators just throw a flesh nuke back in time? I hope you got
And he's
fired
like,
for that.
And he's like, how did you know the plot of the new Terminator?
oh, man.
Why do we even tell stories?
Yeah, really. If we can poke holes in them, why
For
tell?
what? What's the point?
For why?
Darmok and Gelada, Tanagra, Shaka, the flesh nuke.
Did you see James Cameron's quote the other day?
No.
Where they're like, how are their Avatar sequels doing? And he's like, and he goes, I sure hope people get tired of these fucking Avenger movies.
Oh.
I don't like it when people are making more money than me.
Oh, that's just great.
He's gonna hate Avatar by the end of his life.
When you're making 5 of them.
He's gonna really not like it anymore.
Anyway.
That's hilarious. That's like hilarious in that quiet way.
Yeah.
That you just enjoy.
It's like that bit where you see George Lucas in the Plinkett bit where he's like, look, he looks annoyed that someone's making more money than him when he's mentioning Titanic. He's like, no one can beat Titanic.
Yeah.
No one ever will.
Turns out James Cameron's the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
So yeah, well, I don't know what's coming out. Oh, Avengers.
Next
You're
week?
going to see. Well, this weekend.
Or
Is it this weekend?
Yes.
Should we get tickets?
That's gonna happen.
My showing I'm going to is like sold out.
What is anything coming out?
There's like a little game or two, but nothing major. Oh well, I mean, yeah, no, nothing.
Shit, I gotta get on that. Is everybody in here up to date on the Marvel shit?
I am.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
I'd say so.